Hello, it's Blitzy time! How are you feeling? I'm going to read you a special story. It's called The Monarch and the Queen Bee. It's a story from the book of Butterfly Vernacular. It's a special book, and you're a special soul with an amazing destiny. But anyways, what has been especially in your heart today? Like, what made you feel passionate or loved? Let's meditate on it and expand it. This boosts our heart's superpowers throughout our whole body. First, get cozy and comfortable in bed. Did you know a group of butterflies is called a kaleidoscope? That's cool. Relax your muscles. Feel the little sensations in your body, like your heart beating. Breathe in through your nose. At the top, take an extra sip of air and hold it. Put one finger over your right nostril. Slowly breathe out of the left nostril. Your body is like an advanced, magical instrument. Your breathing affects your feelings, your thoughts, and how your muscles relax. I mean, you are magic. Let's do it again. Breathe in through your nose. At the top, take an extra sip of air. Hold it. Put one finger over your left nostril and slowly breathe out the other nostril. You're so good at this. One more time. Think about what made you feel loved the most today. Visualize the moment. Breathe in through your nose. Remember the feeling like butterflies in your chest, and flush your body with the feeling as you breathe out through your mouth. You're amazing. Your muscles are relaxing. Just let them. Soften into your bed. Allow your breathing to be full and peaceful. To your own natural rhythm. Imagine we're just laying in the grass. We can hear the crickets. I'm going to read you the story of the Monarch and the Queen Bee from the book of Butterfly Vernacular. First, let's count down from 10. Close your eyes. 10, 9. Relax your feet. 8, 7. Relax your knees. 6, 5. Relax your jaw and your teeth. 4, 3. Visualize the words. 2. And what they mean. 1. The Monarch and the Queen Bee. Up above the clouds, under a beautiful bridge, lives the most precious and mysterious butterfly village. This butterfly village is so dreamy and magnificent that its exact location has been kept secret. It's so challenging to find that Cleo the honeybee couldn't believe her eyes as she saw a vibrant rainbow of colors flashing harmoniously under the bridge. The patterns of all the butterflies' wings fluttering seemed to be like blinking eyes, beckoning her to come closer, to come on over. Cleo couldn't help herself. She was so attracted to the harmony of colors, she seemed to float right over effortlessly. Betty the butterfly was just returning to her home village under the bridge. She was looking forward to relaxing and enjoying her favorite butterfly activities. She had been away on adventures, migrated across seas, even spoke to the head of Monarch embassies. As Betty was ascending toward the harmony of her favorite butterfly flutter, a kaleidoscope of color above the clouds and just under the bridge, she noticed a little honeybee perched by the entrance, just in awe, peering at the village. Betty smiled at her and shimmied through the group of butterflies hanging out in front, loitering, chitter-chattering, cheerfully and aimlessly. Once you enter the butterfly village, nobody speaks. The communication is all in harmony. All the butterflies just instinctually know where to go and what to sing, or which way to flutter their wings. Betty couldn't wait. When she is at her home butterfly village, there's no politics, no problems, just pure presence. Everything flows. Everyone just knows. She waltzed into the bakery. A butterfly baguette was waiting for her patiently. The baker tipped his hat, and Betty smiled affirmingly, fluttering her wings in sync with the unspoken beat. Bells chimed as she exited the bakery and began swaying and humming with all the butterflies in the street. Cleo the bee bumbled her way into the village and watched the beautiful monarch butterfly who had smiled at her earlier. She saw the butterfly go in and out of a bakery. She was carrying a baguette. She was dancing in the street. Everyone around her seemed to be in sync. Cleo blinked. It was like she was in some sort of musical or a play without a script. Everyone just knows what they're doing without even saying anything, without moving their lips. Cleo felt nervous to go further. She thought maybe she'd miss a beat, or accidentally say something when maybe she shouldn't speak. She saw a patch of flowers and bumbled over to take a seat. Betty could close her eyes and still know exactly where to go. She missed this flutter. This sort of flow, this group of butterflies were her favorite kaleidoscope. Jessica, Henry, Stacy, and JP, some of her oldest butterfly friends, were all there, smiling back at her in the village square. They did their special sway, kind of like a secret handshake. Nothing to say, but their antennas brush and their eyes lock, giddy smiles and cheeks blush. Cleo the bee watched closely, nestled softly nearby in a patch of flowers. The butterfly was mingling in some special formation with a few other butterflies. This was something like her honeybees back home might do in their hive. Cleo the bee suddenly felt like an intruder, like she was spying on some sort of special behavior. Her wings buzzed nervously, and she accidentally went crashing forward into the group of butterflies. Butterfly powder from their wings dusted her little bee body in an array of colors. Cleo sneezed and knocked right into the beautiful monarch butterfly she had been studying so carefully. A cacophony of oohs and ahs filled the village square. "Oh, it must be the queen," the monarch butterfly exclaimed, lifting the little bee high up into the air. Cleo was so scared. She had interrupted their silent music, their harmony, but they didn't seem to care. Betty held up the queen bee, covered in a kaleidoscope of powder from butterfly wings. Orange, pink, blue, purple. All of the colors reflecting off the little bee's shoulders. Betty's friends flapped their wings while holding hands, and like magic, A crown appeared in between, as if it was all to plan. They gently placed it on Cleo's head in synchronized laughter. Cleo's eyes widened. Was this real? Was she really the queen? Did it matter? The crown felt heavy. It felt real. Cleo was overwhelmed. She didn't actually know how to feel. Betty set Cleo onto the ground and looked into her eyes. Cleo suddenly felt as though she herself was as powerful as a sunrise. She felt like she could hear the silent music. She let out a big sigh. Betty nodded assuringly. All the butterflies in the town square turned to Cleo as if to say, "Truth or dare." Nobody said anything at all, but to Cleo the instruction was clear. She put her shoulders back and she pretended she was dancing in the mirror. All the butterflies clapped and cheered. They began mimicking her dance moves, and Cleo felt her eyes started to tear. She felt so moved, so a part of something, so much love in her heart and no fear. In the distance, a golden swarm of honeybees started to near. Cleo held her heart. She could feel a presence. It was like home calling, a song so sincere. As the golden swarm of bees arrived, Betty broke her bread and began passing out pieces to share. The bees had come with so much honey. It was the sweetest royal affair. The honeybees and butterflies held hands around Cleo, their new alliance in harmony like a promising prayer. Cleo's crown sparkled and flashed rainbows in every direction. The honeybees were so mesmerized, they couldn't help but stare. As their eyes focused on her, Cleo became aware that all these honeybees now were all under her care. Betty smiled and nodded assuringly, her wings vibrant and glimmering. Mother Nature doesn't randomly choose an heir. There's an elaborate secret system of silent harmony. It's not always fair, but when the time comes, you may not even notice that you were always being prepared. Betty the monarch butterfly and Cleo the queen bee stood shoulder to shoulder. They would never forget this time they shared. Cleo had a lot of work ahead of her. She built her new hive with her honeybees on the other side of the bridge. She wanted to be sure they could always say hello to the butterfly village. Betty and Cleo knew that they were more than just lucky. Their unexpected bond was worth more than all the money. The butterflies would share their bread and the bees their honey, together evolving their most powerful secret harmony. Sleep so sweet and chase butterflies through your dreams. You are amazing. Tomorrow is going to be so awesome. Your heart is so powerful.